Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that we all encounter at some point in our lives: failure and rejection. Now, these aren't necessarily the most comfortable subjects to talk about, but with the help of Stoic philosophy, we can learn to handle these setbacks with grace and wisdom. So grab a notepad and let's get started. First, let's understand what Stoicism is. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us to focus on what we can control and accept what we can't. Sounds simple, right? Well, it can be incredibly powerful, especially when we face rejection or failure. Now let's break down 3 key Stoic techniques to handle setbacks like a pro. Technique 1. Understand what you control. When we face rejection, say from a job interview or a personal relationship, it's easy to feel defeated. But remember, the Stoics tell us to focus on our actions and attitudes, not the outcomes. Ask yourself, what did I do well? What can I learn? By concentrating on your effort, you take control and turn rejection into a growth opportunity. Technique 2. Practice detachment. This doesn't mean being emotionless, but recognizing that failure is a part of life. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Embrace failure as a natural occurrence, and it loses its grip over you. Technique 3. Use perspective. Think about a failure you faced 5 years ago. Does it still affect you? Probably not. Stoicism teaches us to see our lives from a bird's-eye view, where setbacks are just small blips in the grand scheme of things. By widening our perspective, we learn to move on more quickly and keep striving towards our goals. Technique 4. Embrace the obstacle as an opportunity. The Stoics believed that every obstacle could be turned into an opportunity with the right mindset. When we face failure, instead of being disheartened, we can ask ourselves, what can this teach me? How can I grow from this experience? Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." Failure might just be the end of one chapter and the beginning of an even better one. Technique 5. Cultivate compassion towards yourself. Often when we face rejection or failure, we become our harshest critics. Stoicism reminds us to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we'd offer to a friend. By practicing self-compassion, we allow ourselves to heal and grow, rather than becoming trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and criticism. Remember, it's not the failure that defines us, but how we respond to it. Technique 6. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. Stoicism teaches us that the journey is often as valuable as the destination. If we become too attached to a specific result, failure can be devastating. By embracing the process and finding joy in the effort itself, we become more resilient to setbacks and can find fulfillment in our progress, no matter the outcome. Technique 7. Use negative visualization. This might sound counterintuitive, but the Stoics often practiced imagining the worst-case scenario. By doing so, they prepared themselves for potential failure or rejection and realized that most often the worst-case scenario isn't as bad as we fear. This practice can help us face challenges with more courage and less anxiety. Technique 8. Establish a strong moral compass. Stoicism is not just about controlling our reactions, it's about living in accordance with virtue and integrity. When we are guided by strong ethical principles, external failures and rejections become less significant. We can find peace in knowing that we acted in alignment with our values, regardless of the results. As Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." These 8 techniques provide a rich toolkit drawn from Stoic wisdom to help us navigate the inevitable failures and rejections in our lives. By understanding, embracing, and applying these principles, we can turn setbacks into stepping stones on our path to personal growth and fulfillment.